Just want a few minutes basically to deal with, I suppose, one aspect of this bill, and it's Galway's situation. And, you know, just before I say that, I want to compliment my own colleague, Deputy Cassells here, who's done quite a lot of work on this, and indeed your own attitude towards the Bill Minister. I welcome your good listening abilities. It's very important to have somebody that's a good listener. I hope that you'll be able to take on board some of the issues that we are bringing to your attention. I'm not a person who favours amalgamations of local authorities. I think this sort of centralisation of everything is not workable, particularly in a small country. And I don't like the idea of, speaking about basing our local authority structure on somewhere in Europe. The reality is we're one of the smallest areas of Europe, and we're going to be different. That's why I think centralisation is not a good idea. And I do have an issue with part of this bill. I have a serious issue, Minister, in relation to the debate on Galway. There are 275,000 people plus in Galway, between city and county. And to be amalgamating that, in my view, is a wrong decision. And more, and Minister Kine is here, and Deputy Fitzmaurice is here, and Deputy O'Keefe is here. They have far greater experience than me of this situation. But more and more, in my view, we're taking power away from places like Galway. For example, the demise of the town councils. The demise of the town council in Ballinasloe was a bad decision, where you have in excess of 7,000 people. And while at times, maybe there was a popular debate going on here as to abolish all town councils, I think it was an unwise debate. And if you talk to the people in Ballinasloe, from every part of the town, they will tell you quite clearly that they feel part of their voice has gone, and that the local authority, is not able to cover everything, and it's not able to look after everything. And Ballinasloe is a town that's been badly hit, but it's fighting back. And I think it's important that our policy that in relation to town councils would be implemented and would be part of this bill. And certainly it's something the people of Ballinasloe tell me frequently that they want to see happen. It's the restoration of a town council, because it does put a good and most times a positive function on places like that. So the expanse of Galway City, Galway County, the population of it, it seems to me that you wouldn't be amalgamating. That should be more or less trying to give back more power. Keep your county council, keep your city council, bring back your town council to places like Ballinasloe, and give those people on the ground the voice, the real voice they need. And again, as my colleagues here will know, when I want something done on the Ballymoe, Castlereagh area, or over to where Deputy Fitzmaurice is, or wherever, and he'll get the same answer. We can't do that job this year because there's no funding. The starving of fundings is a massive issue, and it's really bad in Galway County Council. And as you know there yourself, Minister, we've had issues with funding for a long time, and this has been outlined here by Deputy Connolly and Deputy Grealish, and I'm sure the other speakers will do the same. And of course, again, the power of councils has been drastically reduced. I mean, even on the area of roads now, the TII seem to be getting so much control, and it would appear that they're more and more eating into an area that was under the control of councils. Of course, like water, and of course planning, councillors with planning nowadays, even to make basic, genuine reps on behalf of people, it's so difficult, it's so hard to make any type of progress. So the power that councillors have in relation, of course it is an executive function, but it's an extremely difficult area, and it's very hard to make progress on it. As I said, I have serious reservations about the bill in relation to Galway City and Council, and it's something that I'm putting here on the record today. I just want to mention, before I conclude, and I have just a few seconds left, and I know it's not relevant to this bill, but we had the great debate in this House about Monksland at Lone, which is part of Roscommon County Council, and I know we spoke about it before. And of course there was that recommendation that that would be annexed and go into Athlone, Westmeath. County Westmeath, and that caused huge annoyance in our county. You probably know there was 27,000 people signed the petition. Can you confirm to me now that this is done and dusted, and that we won't have any more interference there, and that Monksland at Low in County Roscommon will stay within the Roscommon boundaries? Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Lasky Corley.